ultimate hobby. This is the building of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to create a beautiful centerpiece, to seek out new builders and young model makers, to boldly go where no model has gone before. Welcome back, everyone, to the Mile Frontier. If you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a second of any of my great content. So we're back on the deck of the on the bridge of the Enterprise, and first, before we continue, I do want to give a quick shout out to the folks for the Partworks Awards for 2023. It was the second annual award show, and I was both nominated and won Best Upcoming YouTuber. I was one of the winners. There were actually 5 winners. All the nominees for that category won, but I was one of them, and I'm very honored and privileged to do that, to be recognized for, what I'm doing here. I'm glad so many people seem to enjoy it. I'm glad you're enjoying it as well, and I look forward to doing this for many, many more years to come. So thank you so much for your support and for your recognition. So last time we just continued adding some panels to our saucer section, working on the bottom plates for our, I guess, Stardrive section. I guess it's called, I don't know, battle section, Stardrive, whatever you want to call it. Not gonna lie, today's pretty much more of the same. The big exciting thing is after this, we are officially 6 issues away from being done. And my God, if you had told me a year ago that we'd be at this point, I'd have called you a liar. It's so crazy how this build has come back with a vengeance from the folks at Fanhome. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the build. Engage. So here we are at the start of stage 95, and obviously we've got one of our panels in, and we've put in our, I've already done it as usual, try to save some time. So we've put in our 3 escape pods. Then there's 2 dark windows and 2 clear windows. And then on the back side, we put on our deflector and our 2 light blocking panels. All of these are held in with AM screws. And then we put in our phaser array, which is held in by the bottom with a pair of DP screws. And as I've been mentioning lately, I'm gonna be doing this where I'm doing all the saucer stuff in one go. So if you want to do that with me, you can skip ahead to the next stage where we do work on the saucer. If you just want to keep following along, continue on, and we'll go grab our ventral battle section piece to add some stuff to that as well. So here we are with this battle section that we started last time, and we're going to continue on working on it. So the first thing they want you to do, you can see I've already gone ahead and done it, is put an escape pod in there. With the escape pods, the line on this side always faces towards the outer hull, not towards the middle. And then once we get that, we're going to actually add the lighting to this. So we need the panel that we get in this issue, as well as a string of lights. Just like we did on this side, we're going to do something similar here. So this piece is going to go on like this. And we're going to put our red light in here first. This is already attached. So I'm going to actually screw that in first. These are all screwed in with BP screws. Now that we got that in, we're going to take our other string of lights and we're going to be focusing on this yellow and white strand. This is the strand that they want going in here. So we're going to put that in there. And then of course secure these two down with another set of BP screws. Once you get that done, you're going to want to make sure that you're bending all these wires so that they go towards the back. And that is all there is to do in stage 95. So here we are at the start of stage 96, and we've got a deck panel that we're going to be doing. Obviously, you're going to put in all your windows. There's 10 clear windows and 13 dark windows that you got to put into there. And then on the back, we got 2 reflector panels that we're going to hold into place only on these top portions with a set of AP screws. And then, of course, we're going to need this and the piece we did in stage 96 and our saucer section. So if you're not doing it the way I am, where you're doing all of it at once, go grab your saucer section and I'll meet you back here. So undoubtedly, as you figured out, we're going to be working in this section of the saucer, and the first thing we're going to need to do is we got to put in a couple of strings of lights. So now we're going to have to plug. So they want you to kind of feed these through just like we have been. Then we're going to just plug them into the next available spaces. Now we got those in, I'm going to make sure they all work. Those two. And those two, so all those are working. Good. Now the first set we want is the set that is furthest from the skeleton. So that would be these ones right here. They want us to feed them in to where the red and the blue goes into this one. And I want to get these crossed here. So the red and blue are going into here. And the other ones are going into here. And these are going to get held into place. Sorry. So basically we're going to take our panel and we're going to put these into their light sockets. The blue and the red goes on this side. And the yellow and the red that matches, or the yellow and black one from this string that matches, is going to go on to this side. And of course these are all going to get held down with AP screws. Naturally, they also tell us to bend these 90 degrees up. Alright, so now comes the fun part. We got to take this piece, and of course, as always, we got to pair these together like that and pinch some lights in between them. This is always fun to do. So it looks like the red and the blue they want for this set, the red and the blue they want on this side. The black and yellow they want on this side. I have yet to actually do this without it causing a problem. There we go. I finally got them in there. It was very fiddly to do, but it worked. Now, obviously, we feed our panel in to where it's going to go. Now we're going to put this in. Again, make sure you're not pinching any wires. Tuck everything down in there. Then if everything looks good, get that wire in its position. Once we get everything in place, it's going to get held in there with 3 FM screws. just like that. And if we do our test with the lights... They are on. It's just tough to see in the dark here, but they are. It's tough not to, when it's not dark to see it, but you know, let's see if I can do something with that. Yeah, they're on. They're working. So once we get that in, that is the end of stage 96. Now for stage 97, we're going to be focusing in on this section here. Obviously, we've got a panel here where we've put in our 8 escape pod covers. On the other side here, you've got this piece and this light reflector, which is held in with, or light blocker, which is held in with 2 AM screws. And then you got this part where it has a longer end that sticks off to the right when you do it this way, and it's held in place with a pair of IM screws. Just like we did on the other side, this is going to hold our formation light here. So, just like always, we're going to put it into place. Then you got to kind of bring the top section of the saucer up to kind of pinch it in. It does take a little bit of work, but once you get that, we're going to hold it in place here and here with a pair of FM screws. With that in there nice and tight, you can see our formation light is now good. And then of course we're going to cover this screw hole with an escape pod cover. With that done, that is it for stage 97. So just like always, stage 98 is going to focus in on this section. We've got our panel here. We put in our 10 escape pod covers. And on this side, again, this light blocker is held in with 2 AM screws. And then for this front piece, this yellow section goes off to your right and gets screwed down with a set of the IM screws. As I'm sure you can figure out, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this in the panel in the next panel over. Snap that front into place. And then we're going to hold it down with another pair of FM screws. Okay, once you got that all screwed in and you're satisfied, as always, we cover it with our escape pod cover. And now that part is done. Now we're going to go ahead and put the saucer section off to the side and go grab the battle section. So grab that and I'll meet you back here. So after we've done the saucer section for a little bit, now we're back to this part and we're going to be focusing in on this side. Now again, they want you to put in an escape pod, which I've already done. Again, the red line faces further from the center. Next, we're going to take this big section of windows, and we're focusing in on this littler part. It's going to go in right there and fit just nicely like that. And now to hold this, and now we got 2 lights to put in, and we're gonna use 1 light from an existing string. We're gonna use one of the lights from this string here, and then we're gonna use the light from a new string. Both of them are the red and black ones. And we're gonna put, and we got this reflector piece, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, you're just gonna match up to the holes. Gonna match up to the piece of glass that the windows that we put in. Now the existing one is gonna go into this hole, into this window here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in first. Again, we're only gonna be holding this into place with a pair of BP screws. Once we get that in, now we got to get this one to go in here. Now there is a screw hole here that we're going to have to get it past, so you're going to want to kind of turn this a little bit. You're going to want to get this between the glass, the windows, and the reflector, and then we're going to want to put it this way again towards the back. And that's going to get held down with a BP screw. Just like that. Give them a tug to make sure they're all good. So now we got all that done, and funny enough, that is it for stage 98, and that is it for this pack. So I mean, we do have this piece which we get in this pack, but we don't do anything with it. But as I'm sure you can imagine, if we flip this over, you can gather that this is going to go in. You can gather that these windows are going to go into here. We're probably, and I'm guessing, and I don't know, I haven't looked, but I'm going to guess that we're going to be putting one of these lights in here, and probably either another string of lights is going to come off of this. But this is going to end up going together with some escape pods and form basically the bottom of our ship. So guess we're going to find that out next pack. So that's it for this issue of the build. I'm glad we were able to get a lot done on this. I'm thinking the next part we're going to start seeing work getting done on the back end of the saucer, and possibly start attaching the bottom section of our Stardrive to get that working on. Don't know when that next nacelle is going to be worked on, but it's got to be soon because we're now 6 issues away from being done, so they got to get working on that. So we'll wait and see what happens next time when we get to this build, and we'll continue on with the Titanic also. That's all on this channel, and live streams are going to continue. I'm going to be doing another one in February. Keep an eye on the community tab for information on that. Thank you so much for watching my video. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time on the Model Frontier.